Our speaker this morning is Jaelynn Bucinell. Jaelynn is a four-year boarding student from Binghamton, New York. She's the captain of the girls' varsity ice hockey team and softball team, and she's also a proud roommate of Rena Zhang. Jaelynn?
I hate uncertainty. I want to always know and understand everything, how successful I'll be, how to properly choose who to surround myself with, and exactly what I need to do to ensure everything ends up okay. Though I expected it from myself, no one can know what happens at all times. Coming into Hill, I was completely unaware of how difficult my first year would be. I wasn't sure how to behave or present myself to fit in. I was told I had to be a nicer person because that's why I've struggled to make or keep friends in the past. And I had to be more responsible because leading up to Hill, I was constantly reminded how incapable I was. I spent my entire third form year on edge, with every day leaving me to dread the next one. It was hard being away from home in an unfamiliar place, but that wasn't the issue. I was. I couldn't have a conversation without a pit in my stomach accusing me of misspeaking or being annoying by talking too much. I was in a vicious cycle of being so terrified to mess up that I was constantly making mistakes. Don't get me wrong, mistakes are normal and helpful at times, but that's not how I saw it. There was no reason I shouldn't get everything correct on the first try. When messing up, it wasn't because what I was doing was difficult, it was because I was incompetent. Even if good things did happen, they felt fake. I was a glass on the edge of a table with the constant threat of getting nudged off the edge. Texts, calls, and grades were slight pushes, while hockey practice was usually an earthquake. I wanted to be amazing so badly that I got hyperfixated only on the word badly. I didn't stop a single puck my third form year. At least that's what it felt like. In practice, I would let in a goal or two, fixate on it for the next few reps, and while being unfocused, I would just keep getting scored on. If I saved the next shot, I would scold myself for not doing that the whole practice, making myself more unfocused and continuing to get scored on. My heart would beat faster, making breathing more difficult and me even more frustrated at myself. I would feel everyone look at me and question why I was even on the same ice as them. But no one was actually looking at me, or even thinking what I thought they were. It is so insanely easy to let negativity control our lives. I was so caught up in my self-hatred that I was convinced everyone saw me the way I saw myself, a burden. I was so fixated on relieving the burden of Jaelynn from everyone that I never attempted lifting the weight off myself, too. Everyday things like going to dinner in the dining hall made me extremely anxious. I refused to ask people to go with me because I didn't want them to feel like they had to. And being too anxious to even ask to go to dinner made the idea of asking for help in general completely impossible. Even if I was to ask, I didn't know what I needed. Looking back, people were more than willing to help me help carry the strain I put on myself. You can't get through life without leaning on your peers at times. And at some point, they'll lean on you too. Everyone has moments of weakness, but every difficult moment helps introduce a new potential strength. One family night, in the Robbins Common Room, we had to write down things we're good at and what we liked about ourselves. I casually took the paper and quickly came up with absolutely nothing. What did I like about myself? My hair was okay, but only on good days. And strengths, none really. I wasn't good at understanding my emotions or how to prevent myself from snapping at people that I cared for, and I especially didn't know how to do any of my engineering assignments at the time, which was less than ideal. I didn't know how to fix myself. It never occurred to me that it's normal to feel confused, lost, and even dumb sometimes. This realization has been helping me get through math this year. And as people, we often get caught up in chasing the reasoning behind things and disregard the importance of experiencing things first as they are. Whether good or bad, everything deserves to be acknowledged. And once processed, keep positive memories close and allow the negative ones to pass through. Allow yourself to feel and be, because sometimes that is all you can do. Everything gets resolved eventually. On the back of the bus from one of our hockey trips this season, and in need of a rant, I ended up rambling to a teammate who I'm not super close to. My rant turned into us talking about friends, prom dresses, and other random things for about an hour. After the conversation, I went back to my seat and felt nothing. It was perfect. There was no pit in my stomach, no loop of conversation in my head, and most importantly, no feeling that talking to me was a burden to her, which is hopefully true, because then that would ruin my point. Wherever you are right now, whether good or bad, someone is proud of you. I know my past self would be proud of where I am now, even if sometimes I still don't feel it myself. She wouldn't appreciate me sharing some struggles, but even she wouldn't be able to invalidate how far we've come. I can recognize strengths, like yapping to friends, being there for people when they need me, and picking up unnecessary hobbies when I'm bored. I used to cling to the walls in social settings and spend half my pre-games in the locker room trying to stay out of people's way. Third form me would laugh at the idea of giving a chapel talk, or that I actually got playing time for hockey, and even helped beat Lawrenceville 4 games in a row. I did this despite getting pulled my third form year after scoring on myself during a home game against Northwood. I vividly remember that game. but have discovered that no one else really does, in theory. Bad moments and feelings are temporary. There will be times where it feels like your world is ending, but it isn't. My thick skin used to be a strength. I was the sibling that could be scolded with little reaction, and leading up to Hill, I was the kid that was unfazed by snarky comments. It's like one day I woke up and I was sensitive. I felt lost trying to explain to other people this change that I couldn't even process. I was constantly getting in my own way of my high expectations set for me. I thought maybe I was just tricking myself into feeling bad. I deemed myself not as struggling, but as dramatic. It didn't change anything. I still dwelled on negativity and was unable to appreciate the genuine happy moments I experienced. Instead of allowing a singular negative thought to dictate my day, I should have been allowing good things to. If you're not one of those people that need to look for positive moments each day, aim to be the good in the lives of those around you. There aren't any strict guidelines for what can be good. Smile at that person, reconnect with someone, or ask that friend to dinner. An easy thing everyone can do today is wish Jaelynn happy birthday. But if you don't want to do that, I get it. You can always do something else. Just do something. Learn to seek positivity in your surroundings, and don't be afraid to ask others for help finding it. One small moment can be everything to get through a hard day. It can be finishing a homework assignment, looking at the stars after dinner with your friends, or listening to your favorite song. Let someone borrow your clothes. Give someone something that made you think of them, or even just hold the door for someone. You never know what others may need, and helping them can help you too. Lean on your peers for help, and be the shoulder for others to lean on. You can't get through life without mistakes or rough days. Allow yourself to mess up, have awkward interactions, or even risk bothering someone. It is impossible to solve everything at once, so simply trust yourself and take everything one thing at a time. Thank you.